Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, we're in Spider Slayer's secret headquarters. It has to do with tennis balls. And today we're going to be talking about the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 15. Now, this cover has been teasing that Mary Jane is going to be in the Iron Spider costume. Now, in previous issues of The Amazing Spider-Man, we've actually seen Mary Jane in, like, Iron Man armor, but we didn't get anything out of it. So everyone was really in heavy speculation on what is going on with Mary Jane in this particular issue. This book is written by Dan Slott and Christos Gage, and it's also done, artwork is done by Giuseppe Colmicoli. Artwork is really well done in this particular issue. Regent looks really nice in this book as well, as you get to see him here. And I love the facial expressions in this book. I thought Giuseppe Colmicoli did a really nice job throughout the issue with some certain battle scenes and whatnot. So I thought everything was really well done. Everyone was in proportion. There was like good battle scenes in here. Just an awesome book to look at. So now that I liked the artwork, now it's time to tell the story. Now, I wanted to let you guys know that there will be spoilers in this review. So if you haven't seen or read your copy yet, please read it, come back, see me, leave your comments below, keep the discussion going with The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 15. So let's recap the book and let's give my final thoughts on this. So as we go to the Avengers headquarters in this particular issue, we wind up seeing that Mary Jane is with Jarvis, and pretty much all the superheroes at this point have been captured. There's like nobody left. But who's left? Mary Jane. She becomes very bold and sits there and goes, you know what, there's no real other choice. I gotta step up to the plate. Now, this is a Mary Jane that we haven't seen in a very long time. You know, this type of go-getter type of character where we haven't seen her. We've seen her escape certain situations or be out of the spotlight. And in this issue, she takes on the role as being the hero here. Without really even second guessing herself. And yes, she says she has some experience with Spider Island and the time when it was back when she was in the other. And even though there was those couple instances, you would think she's still kind of inexperienced with everything. But she doesn't hesitate, and she winds up putting on a costume. You wind up seeing Iron Man and Spider-Man, they're captured by Regent. He's taking them back to their headquarters. And just as that happens, we wind up seeing, yes, she does make the appearance here, Iron Mary Jane. And she sits there and clocks Regent in the back. She kind of blindsides him, and it's the turning of the battle here. We get to see that his control is released, and Spider-Man escapes, and Iron Man escapes, and the next thing you wind up seeing is this battle erupt. And I thought there was cool dialogue in this particular issue, especially when they sit there and they say, oh, it feels like we've kind of done this before. You know, Iron Spider suit, Iron Man teaming up together during the Civil War period. I thought that was pretty interesting. But it was really neat to see these two interact with each other as heroes with each other. I thought it was really cool. And I thought, you know, Mary Jane handled herself very well, even though she hasn't been in the heat of battle in a very long time. I thought maybe you would have seen a little bit of some getting used to things on controlling the armor, but she had no problems with it. Realistically, I would have liked her to see her, you know, kind of fit herself in, but I guess there just wasn't time there. So as the issue progresses, you wind up seeing the battle happen, and it was good to see everyone interact with each other. They were pretty much in character. Spider-Man goes into Regent's, secret headquarters or whatnot, and he winds up releasing everyone from the containment units. Slowly but surely. Regent started getting the upper hand. He started overpowering Mary Jane in the issue and Iron Man, but just as that happened, and he winds up thinking that he's going to get control once again, we wind up seeing that all the containment units were broken and all the heroes are actually set free, and Regent is actually overwhelmed, and he actually has a loss of powers because all the people have been broken out of containment units. So he winds up getting captured, and then that kind of ends off that story. And I liked how Dan Slott actually kind of closed off this story, and he actually sat there and said, you know what, if it wasn't for me and Iron Man acting like assholes, none of this would have happened to begin with. So they kind of made up. They sat there and told the audience, hey, we know that this is a character, but we know that we were wrong. I liked how they closed that off. And the next thing you wind up seeing, and then I thought this was a real like punch in the balls in this particular part, because it sits there and it has a realization of Peter. He's kind of let himself go, kind of let the people that are closest to him get away from him. And the next thing you wind up seeing is you see Peter Parker, and then you wind up seeing MJ getting ready, and you're like, dude, are they actually gonna go out on a date? Are they gonna hook up? And I'm sitting there waiting for this particular page. I'm like, please do it, please do it. Please let them go out in at least a date to hang out with each other. And then it's like, oh, freaking Dan Slott, you did it. She's hanging out with Tony Stark and Jarvis, and then you wind up seeing Pete hanging out at the Coffee Bean at the shop, and that was a kind of cool moment. But of course, Mary Jane is missing from that moment, and you get to see everyone hang out. You get to see Harry, and you get to see the kids, and you get to see everyone in there, and you see Aunt May and Robbie, and even a little Jay Jonah was in there. He's like, oh, back in my day when I was a reporter, you know. It was really good. But the next thing you wind up seeing is in the last issue, you wind up seeing Aunt May actually cough up blood. This time you wind up seeing Jay Jonah coughing up blood, and not only does he cough up blood, he winds up like passing out, or you don't know what's going on, and they're just like, call 911. And then you wind up seeing Peter in desperate need of going, well, what's happening? But right before that moment, it was a funny moment how it's just like Peter and Jay Jonah are actually stepbrothers. I thought that was pretty funny. But it got very serious here at the end, and it looks like it's kicking off that next story arc. So what did I think about this actual issue? I thought this book was really brilliant. It really put Mary Jane out in the forefront here. I gave her, you know, she has a lot of balls putting on that costume and risking her life to rescue everybody else, you know, when there was nobody left. Again, I would have loved to see kind of like this little mini trial period of her trying to, you know, use the suit. But again, there wasn't time for that in this particular issue. But it was cool to see her and Peter work together with Tony Stark. It was really good. The interactions between them was really nice. I was hoping that maybe you would see more of that team up together. It kind of just was a one and done type of deal. But it made for a fun issue, made for an interesting issue. It made you like Spider-Man. I like how they tied up that story. And now it'll be interesting to see where it goes with Jay Jonah Sr. Does he survive, or is Dan Slott going to actually kill him off here? I'm not sure. I would have loved to see Mary Jane and Peter get back together and have this date, but it didn't happen. But it was good to see the rest of the supporting cast here. All in all, this book was really enjoyable. Wraps up the Regent story, and I gotta give this one a 4.75 out of 5 stars. Really good book. It's kind of unbelievable with MJ taking the helm there, but it was good to see her in that suit battling. It just shows you how much I actually miss that Iron Spider suit, no matter who is piloting it. So, guys, leave me those comments below. Again, keep the discussion going about the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 15. Again, 4.75 out of 5 stars for me. And again, guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. And until that next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, fans. See you soon. Bye.